The wrong side of the highlight when you're next out and you want to try to erase that.
Absolutely.
Right?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is tonight's co-main event. This bout is sponsored by the Home Loan Expert, and it's scheduled for 3 rounds in the Shamrock Fighting Championships welterweight division. Introducing first, on my right, fighting out of the Pappy's Smokehouse blue corner, a fighter that stands 6 feet 2 inches tall. He weighed in at 180 pounds, fighting out of Springfield, Illinois, Prez, Dent. His opponent across the cage, fighting tonight out of the First Form red corner. This fighter stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. He weighed in at 179 pounds, fighting out of Staunton, Illinois, Jeff Crotty.
This fight is 3 5-minute rounds in the Shamrock FC.
Jeff Crotty, Prez, Dent, all or nothing. This one sounds like it should be top billing on WrestleMania.
I'm waiting for the Money in the Bank match. Jeff Crotty in the red tape, Prez Dent in the blue. Prez coming out swinging.
Crotty in on that shot, able to circle Prez Dent to the cage. Look for him to maybe try to slow down Prez Dent right here.
Prez just beating on those ribs. Crotty looking to get this fight to the ground. Dent holding on there. I can't believe I just said his last name was Dent. Jefferson looking there trying to get out of this position. Crotty looking for that inside trip.
Prez Dent able to kind of sprawl, using that cross face here to kind of prevent Crotty from gaining leverage on that shot here. Nice, Crotty drags down that single leg. Look for him to maybe go to work here.
Crotty now maintaining that top position. Dent looking to try to get his feet away from where everything is locked up there. That's a terrible position to be in now. He's trying to get that straight. That single half grapevine there is tough.
Prez Dent with a BJJ purple belt, I believe. We should look for him to be able to get his heels on the hips here, create some space, and possibly use the cage to maybe get himself back up to his feet.
Yeah, you want to wall walk. You want to get your shoulders against the cage, kind of start to work your way up.
Crotty doing a very good job isolating that left hand, though, by Prez Dent, which is going to keep him from being able to move. Now that he has that left hand locked up, he should feel free to maybe even throw some strikes with that right hand.
Yeah,
he has
absolutely.
the head position.
The head position is going to hold him there. He could drop with that other. Now, Prez is looking for the sweep here, trying to do a little bit of elevation, get him off of him and move.
Coming inside now is Prez Dent with the butterfly hooks, a little bit lower than you would expect. But this will be able to allow him to maybe push Crotty away from him, push his hips away. Prez Dent got his back against the cage now. Crotty looking to take away that post on that right-hand side again, use that head control, continue to drive and pressure him against the cage.
And this is grueling for Jefferson. Number one, having your head up against the cage, it hurts. Now, Crotty looking here for the Kimura.
Kind of extended here, but if he's able to kind of pull it in a little bit closer to his body and jerk it towards his back, we can see the finish here. He has it locked, the key locked on the wrist.
Tough position for Dent. Not only is his head getting grated against the cage, but now his arm is locked up and his other one is being held.
Very much so. He doesn't seem to be panicking, though. He knows he's in a bad situation. He doesn't want to scramble.
Crotty making the jump here to try to finish.
Looking very calm here in a bad situation. That's either very good or very bad. There's not much in between.
Crotty trying to step over here. Dent does a good job, though. They're shucking out of it. Very nice.
Look like Crotty's going to try to attack the head here and go for the guillotine.
And what a lot of people don't understand, it looks like they're just kind of laying on each other. There is a ton of strategy and a ton of things taking place.
There's so much give and take going on in this position right now. As Crotty pushes, Prez Dent pushes back. There's a constant back and forth here. And it takes up and consumes a lot of energy on both sides.
Dent here trying to make some space, get himself back into a little better prone position. Gets himself back locked into half guard, gets an underhook.
Prez Dent on bottom here is just kind of holding on. I would like to see him maybe create some frames.
Crotty
He's turning his back.
Crotty looking here for the submission. Got that not quite under the chin, but he is cranking it down. Can Jefferson survive? Pushes very nice out of Jefferson.
Nice recovery by Jefferson. And Crotty's just sticking to his game plan. Pressure, position, punch, 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 pressure, position, and it's winning them around here. Crotty using that head position, grinding into the chin there, Prez Dent. Now that doesn't feel good. When you got the head position on your chin, you got the cage on the back of your head.
You're just like, I'll move my head just anywhere. Put it on the pad underneath, just something.
In between a rock and a hard place if I've ever seen it.
It's terrible. It is a terrible pain.
Crotty landing some solid shots here.
10 seconds remaining here in the first round of our co-main event this evening. Jeremy Johnson along tonight with David Evans, live from Ameristar Casino in St. Charles, Missouri. Beautiful fight so far tonight. Now in the corner of Charles Jefferson, we see former Shamrock FC heavyweight champion Bobby Brents moved on to Bellator from us. If you're in the corner of Jefferson, what advice are you giving him?
If I'm in the corner of Jefferson right now, I'm saying, hey, we gotta move with a little sense of urgency. He was very calm that last round. However, he was calm in defensive positions. Defensive positions to where he wasn't really able to get off in offense at all. So he's got to kind of apply the pressure here, get to his strength, maybe get Crotty on his back foot.
Crotty looking very good here. Both of these guys still look very fresh.
Prez Dent with a little bounce in his step coming into the second round.
Prez Dent, also a musician, like everyone to go find him on YouTube, he said, so we have that there. Oh, big shot there with a left from Crotty. Oh, Prez, that could have been real bad. Jeff got underneath it.
Looks to run in with that knee, but it just missed.
Back to more of the same here. Now, Jefferson is in his corner. How important is it for you to be in your corner for advice?
Man, it's very important. You know, me as a wrestler, whenever I look for a takedown, I look to get my opponent to my corner if I can.
And you'll even carry him over if need be.
I will carry him 3 feet over if I have to. It's a very good advantage to be able to clearly communicate and hear your corner when you're in these positions here.
Now Crotty kind of looking for that. Oh, he's looking for a guillotine here from the seated position.
Stepping over here, he has it locked. I can't really tell if the arm's in there or not. It's looking like it may not be.
Nope. Dent again surviving right there. Crotty being just extremely heavy.
Good head position here by Crotty. You see how he has his head on the cage as well too. That's going to keep Prez Dent from trying to push up and being able to posture up. Very intelligent maneuver here. It may look like nothing is going on right here.
There's a ton.
Crotty is doing a lot of solid positional work.
There is a ton of veteran positional work here, absolutely.
Crotty able to get a full guard here. Keeping that head position, grinding Prez Dent's head against the cage.
This is a beautiful position for Crotty. He's just keeping there. He's wearing on Prez Dent.
Referee Dwayne Best here asking the fighters to engage in a little bit of work. We're starting to see a little bit of stalemate here in this full mount position. Prez Dent holding on, Crotty just grinding.
Now Crotty doing something interesting that you may not be able to see on TV. He pushes down on the face of Prez Dent. Actually come in the air, looking for the potential here of the arm triangle.
Looking for the arm
He's trying
triangle.
to finish.
Got to get his hips down to the mat.
Yeah, he's
Crotty needs
push.
to get his hips flat to the mat. He has the arm triangle lined up and locked up. If he gets his hips down to the mat, that's going to close that space in between his shoulder and Prez Dent's throat. That's what he needs to do right now.
Now Dent trying to lock that leg up, gave the thumbs up to referee Dwayne Bess. Yeah, Crotty he needs to really sit down and kind of swing out. Going to go back to full mount here, not working. The thing that can happen in that position, though, is if you're not working it and it's not working, you have the potential from the top to blow your arms out.
Very much so, and I think that was very intelligent for him to recover and go back to that full guard position once he realized he didn't have it.
Yeah, it's true fight acumen there. The longer that you've been in the game, you know that if something's not working, you got to dump, because if you blow your arms, you're done.
Crotty disturbing President's breath there, putting the palm over the mouth. Very intelligent move there. Just kind of breaking up that breathing pattern, giving them something to think about, making that bottom position very uncomfortable.
Crotty working that head position here. This has been a great ground battle tonight so far for our co-main event.
Crotty has a lot of riding time on top, as we call it as a wrestler, just controlling position for position.
Now, Dent may be looking to sweep for his own Kimura Americana here on that side also. Crotty now, again, trying to lock back up for that arm triangle, but going into the cage is a tough one, so he's going to push him over. Talk us through this one.
So right now, Crotty has that half in right now, controlling President. Now,
1 minute remaining here in the second round.
What you see him doing right now, we call it, he's just cooking him. He's not doing a ton of damage right now, but positioning over time, he's just cooking them and cooking them, just watching President wither and just waiting for his moment of opportunity to capitalize.
Yeah, Crotty there trying to block that arm out now. Dent with his head again up the cage, trying to work those hips, getting up to one side. But Crotty is doing a great job of just out-wrestling him right in front of us.
Very much so, hanging down that half-guard position, looking for the strikes when he got them, making sure he's securing every position that he's in. Good head control, keeping his head down in his armpit, pressing him against the cage. This is a very uncomfortable position for President.
15 seconds here in the second round of this 3-round contest. Big elbow to the body.
Big elbow there. I know he feels those right here in front of us, man. Crotty attacking that body.
Good finish,
Tonight's
a lot,
event
as you call it. He had a lot of ride time.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think the key word of this fight for Crotty has been control.
So if you're in the corner of Jeff Crotty, what does he got to do to finish?
If I'm Jeff Crotty, I think he needs to maybe get back to that full guard position. I mean, not the full guard position. I'm sorry, when he passes guard into the full guard position, maybe pepper President up with a little more strikes to get him to open up. So we're seeing President on the bottom right now, and he's on the bottom right now, and he's just kind of holding on. And he's holding on for dear life, preventing Crotty from advancing to any finishing positions. But I think if Crotty peppers him up with some strikes, he'll get President to open up.
Third and final round of our co-main event of the evening. Oh, President comes in firing and that knee, but Crotty right back to the ground. Great move by him there.
Right back in on that double for Crotty. Picks him up, scoops him up, dumps him down. Into his guard, looking to pass. Maybe look for him to go to that half guard position. Again, he was very comfortable there the last 2 rounds.
Crotty here looking to pass.
So here, one mistake I think Crotty is making, even though he is passing, he's keeping his head down and his hips up. I think what he needs to do is kind of do the inverse there, right? Pressure his hips in a little more, and that'll allow him to create space to posture his head up, and then maybe land some devastating strikes to then open up to go to a submission like I was saying.
But even if he can't make that submission, he is winning the ground battle. I mean, he's dominating.
He's smothering him. He's smothering him. I mean, there's nothing President can do. It's not that President doesn't have the capabilities to move here.
And now let's talk about the talk of a 10-8 round here. When the judges are looking for something, it's a 10-point must-scoring system. Means the winner of the round gets 10 points. The loser gets 9 or less, depending upon what they do. It's hard to get a 10-8 round, but you have to basically be dominated. Are we seeing enough here that we may see a 10-8 round against Dent?
If I was a judge right now, I would definitely have thrown up a 10-8 round so far for the last round, and possibly if this one keeps going the same way. There's just little to nothing that Prez Dent has offered, you know, for us as an argument against it.
Now Prez trying to swing there, using the fence.
Now Crotty has Prez Dent over in his corner now, and that's exactly where he wants to be. You just look for him to get those critical pointers from his corner guys as he continues to cook and work on Prez Dent right here.
The control in the top position, I know this is not generally what the fans want to see here as we go into halfway through the third and final round, but this is strategy. Crotty knows that Prez is number one, pretty good on his feet, and number two has some really good jiu-jitsu, so you don't want to give him space.
Yes, and this is also one of those positions, you know, as a fan, you're like, what the heck is going on? And until you get in there and you realize what's happening, you be in this position for 30 seconds, I guarantee you're going to be on a ventilator or something like
completely.
that.
It's tough. In both guys, I mean, you know, it's hard to hold Prez Dent down. It's hard for Prez to deal with the weight of Jeff Crotty on him. Starting to land some short shots here.
Prez Dent getting that knee guard in on his left side there. Hasn't really worked much from the bottom. That figure four on the bottom there is kind of almost useless because you don't want to be there.
Yeah.
He's keeping himself there. It's a seatbelt. I don't know what he plans to go to from there, but he needs to look to open up and just try to create some space. Bump your hips, get to a side, and try to get out of there. He spent 3/4 of this fight in the same position.
Yeah, because even when he locks that leg to try to get the sweep out of that, it would almost be because if he's going to try to umpa, it's the wrong way.
Wrong way, yes.
Didn't think I would have known that one, did you, David? Being up against the cage is very smart for Crotty here.
Hey, Crotty has done everything right so far.
Less than a minute here left in our third and final round of our co-main event this evening. We still have more to come as our main event, Ariane Zekthi takes on Dylan Tolbert. We will also be back here at Ameristar Casino in September. Tickets are available. Get those by going to shamrockfcstore.com.
Crotty here just being a wet cloth, you know, and just hanging on Prez Dent, making him carry his weight. It's really, I feel like in Crotty's in such a good position, the onus here is almost on Prez Dent to do something to get out of here, you know?
Absolutely. Prez again trying to hold on to that arm, looking for something, but he just can't move. Good smothering there by pure American wrestling.
Pure American wrestling, positional dominance by Crotty. I mean, if this decision goes the other way, this would be one of the worst robberies I've ever seen. You know? We'd have to be living in a parallel universe. I mean, just complete control all throughout 3 rounds.
As I said, more action to come. We still have that main event. Jeff Crotty definitely controlled the entire fight here. Let's send it up to the cage to Joe Parisi to make it official.
After 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards where we have a unanimous decision. Your winner out of the red corner, Jeff Crotty.
Big win for Jeff Crotty there. Back in the win column. beautiful way of redemption after that long layoff from 2018. We still have more action to come here at
ladies and
Shamrock
gentlemen, one
FC
more fight, and then we're heading
329.
downstairs for the
And
official
we'll be right
Shamrock.
back right after this.
This next